We work in a rural context to prevent school dropout, a small community with very little economic opportunities and an education system that's under pressure like most communities in South Africa is. We decided to group the 6 schools in this community together, 2 previous Model C schools and 4 no-fee paying schools, and get all of those schools on a set agenda, talking the same talk and walking the same walk. We call that the Change Makers Core Group. This group initially tackled dropout from a combined effort to just get everybody aware of what it is, what the impact of dropout would be on our community. The reason why we've got hard data as a specific model component is our access to data in schools and the currency and the relevancy of data. So with our early warning system, we've tried to flag learners. Initially, we did it through the admin system. So we wanted the secretary to be able to say, populate this and it will tell us which learners are there, which learners are absent, send it through to the support, which in our case is the NGOs, and see whether they can't follow it up. What we've realized in the 2 to 3 years focusing on this specifically is that a school-based support team with the mandate to ensure that learning takes place is actually the body that we need to empower to be able to flag learners at risk of dropping out.
We work with 7 schools in KZN where we have placed child and youth care workers and also trained LSAs as child and youth care workers to provide low-cost psychosocial services. Our schools are in rural areas and some of our schools are in urban areas. Our schools and our learners come from under-resourced communities, and most of our learners come from very poor backgrounds. When we first started working with the school, we realized that there wasn't much work done in terms of tracking and monitoring dropout, even though the registers were being completed, but they were not submitted on a regular. We then strengthened some of the services and some of the things that the school were already doing, like the register, the monitoring of the register through an SOP that we had developed. The SOP allows us to track a learner that is absent for more than 3 days and respond and intervene in cases requiring an intervention.
Kula Development Group worked in 22 schools in 5 areas between Paarl and Stellenbosch. We mostly work in quintile 1 to 3 schools that are characterized by severe poverty, alcohol abuse, gangsterism, and a lot of trauma. In our underground experience, we found that children as early as grade 3 permanently dropped out of the school system, and that the parents and the teachers didn't really view that as a crisis. We saw that the teachers didn't really mark attendance in their daily registered in a proper manner. That also indicated not correctly on the report cards. We also saw that a lot of children were deregistered after 10 days, and that without the consent of the parent or information to the parents, and then when we wanted to get those children back into the school system, it was very, very difficult.
Check and Connect mentors are trained on an evidence-based data-driven model, which uses indicators of school disengagement to monitor learners that are exhibiting signs of dropping out. And then mentors work intensively with the learners, the teachers, as well as the parents of the learner to prevent the eventual dropout. Check and Connect model monitors absenteeism, monitors class attendance, school attendance, as well as behavior and academic performance. With the work we do with the schools, we also partnered with the New Leaders Foundation in building the capacity of the schools in using the district-based data dashboard, where they are now using the early warning system within the data-driven dashboard and are monitoring absenteeism as well as dropout in partnership with the mentor.